Let's get on with the details of those stories now. We start with the bulk oil storage transportation company BOST. Well, it is dispelling claims that it sold 1.8 million barrels of crude oil to BB Energy, which allegedly cost the state some 23 million cedis. According to BOST, they sold only 942,000 barrels of crude to the company at discounted prices. COPEC had claimed that BOST sold the crude to an unlicensed company, with the company incurring huge debts in storing and tolling the charges. But addressing a press conference in Accra today, head of fuel trade Albert Mante said BOST has the free hand to offer any amount of discount on the cargo to companies ready to pay up for the crude oil.
That came to BOST, of course, toll facilities on the 2nd February 2017. When the product came in, there was a credit period of 90 days, which is 3 months. So it means that March, April, May, the product should be settled off. The decision that was made to sell the product is somewhere September. So it means that we couldn't pay for the product up to September because the product was locked because TOR had technical issue. The original intention is to refine that product. Because TOR have technical issue, the product couldn't be refined. And we keep postponing until September that a decision has to be made because we cannot keep suppliers' money for that long. They have a reputational issue because if you go to the international market, nobody is willing to trade with you because you are not able to honor your payment terms. So that decision was made to sell the product. When the product was sold in September, BB Energy, of course, because we are traders, a lot of people come to express interest in products. When you bring products into your tanks, always the reference point for pricing is Rotterdam. That is what we use as a company. And that is what most, about 99% of Ghanaian traders use. The product is in Ghana. So if they are shipping the product back, they will incur costs to do that. So giving them discount is not out of place to facilitate the movement of the product back to wherever they want to move it. The second issue that was raised that the product was sold at FOB. FOB or CIF is an international Incoterm in the trading business. If you sell at FOB, it means that you, the supplier, are making the product available on ship to the buyer, and you clear your hands of it. If you sell at CIF, it means that you are going to pay for insurance and freight to the destination of the buyer. We are not going to take care of those insurance and freight. So we decided to sell the product FOB, which is the prudent commercial decision. Because incurring additional costs, which you don't know how much it will be, and hiring a freight, you don't also know what may happen. So we made the decision of selling the product at FOB and then clear our hands of it. The decision of refining the product after it is sold, or it was sold, is a decision that BOST was not involved. We have sold our product. You're supposed to pick out outside the country. What we do as BOST is that we apply for a laycan so that they can pump the product back to the jetty and send it out of the country. So many times, it was no avail. We couldn't get the laycan for them to move the product. Subsequently, we were informed that BB Energy and TOR has gone to an arrangement to refine the product. And so we, the owners of the product, have to inform TOR accordingly about the transfer of ownership so that they can refine the product, which we did. So the decision of refining the product is not BOST's decision. It's the buyer's decision. The arrangement of TOR and the buyer is not BOST. BOST is not involved because we are not supposed to involve. He has bought the product. The transaction is sealed.
That is BOST explaining away the transaction. Well, they've also been explaining that BB Energy, an international company to whom they sold the crude oil, did not require a Ghanaian license to buy the commodity.
The company don't require license. What I said is that if I go to Ivory Coast, that I want my product refined, assuming I'm Ghanaian, I bought crude, and I go to Ivory Coast, that I want my crude to refine, would I need to register in Ivory Coast before they will refine my product?
But is BB Energy a licensed company?
Of course. BB Energy is an internationally accredited company. They do import, export, fuel, and all those. Now, the question is, if they are not internationally, it's not a company that do oil, how then did we owe them? That's the first question. Because the same oil trading that we owe them on. Okay? I told you that the decision of refining the product, when they bought the product, they're supposed to take it out. I've sold my product to you. You deciding to refine, it's not my business anymore. The arrangement between TOR and Go and BB Energy, it's not our business anymore. We are not in. Okay? So that is the way we can go. Once I've sold it to you, you determine what you want to do with the product. Yeah, okay.
All right, so Executive Director of the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, Duncan Amwa, has been calling for police protection following incessant death threats, he says, that has been on his life. Duncan Amwa claimed his ordeal began after calling for a probe into an alleged sale of 1.8 million barrels of the crude oil by the Managing Director of the Bulk Oil Storage and Transportation. Let's hear him make the allegation because BOST has a response for him.
It's been reported, and we would collaborate with the police and work to ensure that the faceless faces behind those threats that have promised to eliminate some of us in 3 days together with our families, they are brought to book immediately. Unfortunately, whoever the caller was came with the name of Alfred Obeng as a friend. And so when we don't know who is behind the number, the only person you trace it back to is Alfred Obeng. And we are saying that if he has any idea who owns those numbers, it would help all of us to own the person out, because at the end, the person calls to say he's a friend to Obeng, and publications that we have put out is not helping him. And we think that these sort of threats would not have to be allowed. The mafia system where things are done anyhow, and when you talk about it, you become the victim, should not be allowed in a free democratic state as Ghana.
Duncan Amwa there with those allegations of death threats on his life. We'll be getting some response from the police, because we understand that a letter has been sent inviting the BOST Managing Director to the Tema Police to answer questions over that alleged death threat. But BOST has been reacting to that allegations.
If you ask me as a person, Duncan Amwa should be behind bars by now. Because on record, because it's a death threat. If somebody threatens you that he'll kill you or he'll harm you, the law is clear on it. You go to police station and that person will go and sign a bond. So Duncan Amwa claiming he has been threatened and is still walking around is worrying. We have given it to our lawyers for them to now go and support his claim, and whoever threatens him, he now have to go through the law to answer those questions.
That is BOST's response to the alleged death threats that's been issued on Duncan Amwa's life, according to him. Well, Duncan Amwa says that he has text messages, he has evidence to prove what he's saying, and in due course we'll bring you those evidence as and when we have it.